I'm a 24-year-old guy living in Canada, working as a pharmacist at a hospital. Since I usually do night shifts, I walk to work every evening. It's only a few blocks away. A few months ago, around midnight, I was on my way to work when a car suddenly stopped in front of me. The driver rolled down his window. He was wearing scrubs, so I assumed he was a nurse. He had short, dark hair, was a bit chubby, and looked to be around my age. "Hey, where are you heading? Let me give you a ride," he said. I politely declined. He looked harmless, and I didn't want to be rude, but there was something in his eyes that made me uneasy. Instead of leaving, he kept insisting. That's when I snapped and told him I was waiting for my boyfriend. Not true, since my boyfriend was actually in another country, thousands of miles away. He seemed to believe it and finally drove off. A few days later, I received a chat request. When I checked the profile, my stomach dropped. It was the same guy who had offered me a ride. I had no idea how he found my name. I ignored the request, too busy with work to think much about it. Then, 2 days later, another message. "You were smiling earlier. You look cute." It felt like a bucket of ice-cold water had been poured over me. Was he at the hospital? Watching me? I didn't want to know. I immediately told him to stay away and to leave me alone. Days passed, and I had almost forgotten about him, until I saw him standing in the hallway, staring at me. I was just leaving a patient's room during my rounds. He started moving toward me, but I quickly turned into another hallway and went straight back to the pharmacy. That's when the panic really set in. I told my boyfriend about it, and he advised me to start driving to work instead of walking. I took his advice immediately. I also blocked the guy to avoid any more creepy messages. It's been months now, and I haven't seen him since. I want to keep it that way. To the guy who insisted on giving me a ride and then stalked me at work, let's never meet again.